Well, we defeated the beast. That takes care of that. I don't know how we did it, but we won. Well, I would say Elliot's healing ability is what kept us in the game, because that saved us. It would have been tougher if not for the power of our combat links. I didn't think the combat links even worked at that time. To admit, but Arcus does seem to have a lot of potential. Wait a minute, why? Never mind. We should all go tell the people at the farm we took care of the monster. We'll be pleased. Anything wrong, Laura? No, it's nothing. Okay. Whenever a girl says it's nothing, it means it's everything. That's how it always is. It always means something. It's like, oh, it's nothing. No, yeah, that definitely means it is something. Nope, run away from Mr. Dragonfly. I think it's the drop of me. That is going to wipe out my entire party. But we're all at full health still. Alright, and after this, I think we're done with our quests. We're finished. Hello. Oh, I assume you've taken care of that monster. That's great. Thank goodness. Thank you so much. Now we can finally begin harvesting again. I'll have to let the family know. You're welcome. I found myself surprised at how close this area is to Celtic. To Celtic. Wait, Celtic? Celtic? Celtic. Would have been much quicker to make a request to the provincial army instead. Well, it is eminently close, but this area and Celtic as a whole, really. So the very outskirts of the Cruisin province. As such, the provincial army isn't very interested in aiding us. Yeah, that's not to our belief, considering their attitude earlier. Yeah, the army dudes are little scrubs, but yeah, that certainly doesn't sit well with me. I probably shouldn't say any more on the matter. However, I do still owe you all a reward for this. Please take these. Fresh egg. Ooh, nice. Strawberry. Honey syrup. Wow. That's really generous. Now, can we really have this much? Why, of course! We've gotten enough to last us here. After all I hope at least we can do, I hope you enjoy them. These look great, thank you. You don't get much fresher than this. I'm looking forward to digging in. I'm rather envious that you have the opportunity to eat such delicious food every day. That's one of the benefits of being a farmer. Unfortunately, though, it's not all good. Things have been tough lately, seeing how goods are being imported so cheaply nowadays. I wasn't aware of that. Importing's become a much easier task now thanks to the Transcontinental Railroad and international flights. Furthermore, more and more goods can now be legally imported as a result of the rising population. I have noticed a decrease in cheap ingredients lately. Oh, I apologize. I shouldn't be wasting your time with all this. Regardless, you have my thanks for today. Now we can move on to harvesting without any worries. Last thing, you too. We actually learned a lot from doing this request. Feel free to get in touch should anything else come up. Alright. That should be it for our quests. We did all of them. Whew. Guess that does it for all the mandatory tasks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pooped. Sam, I don't venture out to the highways very often. The two of you seem okay though. Well, my hometown is in the countryside too, so I'm kind of used to this. All the training Laura does, I imagine this is probably nothing for her. Indeed, I find this level of exercise to be quite manageable. However, no, I'm sure it's not. I believe we should return to the inn now, should we not? Yeah, I guess. I'm guessing Instructor Sarah is still there. I can report and also ask her a bit more about the purpose behind these field tasks. That would definitely be good to know. She hasn't told us anything about what's happening tomorrow either. Alright, let's head back to town. Yeah, let's go. We've done everything required, so why not beat it? Just beat it, beat it. Am I going the right way? Wrong button again. Yeah, this is the right way. Get around this get around the good old Foxy. Alright, we're back. The weather, go to the inn. Don't give crap. Oh no. The one paid. Oh no, she's drunk. If that's Sarah, then she's super drunk. Looks like something's happening over at the market. Oh, that's the market? It looks like it was coming through the door. Appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Oh boy. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it, so stop lying to me and vamoose. Oh yeah, walk in all cool, let's kick both their butts. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over here is local, while the merchant wearing this suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Oh, so the killed that would be... This isn't good. I'll stop then. But who are you? Unhand me at once! Not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence is not going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Ugh. Bah! What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when is a grabbing a person by the neck being considered mature? If you truly intend to having a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you just say to me? We're students from Thors Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. While we were not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? Ugh. So they're a bunch of soldiers in training. When Idios' name is happening here. Oh boy. Oh, his name is Merchant Hines, apparently. Oh no, look what you've done. Manager Otto. It's about to go bad. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah! Both permits expire at the same time, too. So what's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconceiving. Inconveniencing the other customers. We have to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's resolved. Okay. I guess. That was a close one. Seems like everything's going to be fine now, though. Yeah, guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation, though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh? How'd you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Celtic Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd like to be so kind to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. Sweet tea or like herbal tea? Please be sweet tea, because sweet tea is amazing. Okay, looks like they each got their stalls. So you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Interesting. Indeed, Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right, both of the permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to a sharing of space. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the Makaro, so whoever is relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. It's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true. A lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy would really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, the responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Cruzan province is ruled by Duke Alberea, one of the foremost powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. A few months ago he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly. With a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are being more and more commonplace. I see, sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown how damaging such actions can be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you? Tried raising objections to the increase? Of course. We've even gone to Berahar numerous times to petition the dukes personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. You're suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems. Honestly, I think Elisa's right. I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Like the Imperial Army, Provincial Army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. Some mediating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. This is a lot of dialogue. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer of the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. ... I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study, and I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. Oh, more tasks? Okay. So let's prepare some for each day of our visit then. That's right, I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Oh, we'll be fine. Hopefully. Maybe. Okay. That all sounds really unfair. Yep, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control. As long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. We've heard many rumors about the current head of House of Erebonia. That current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he can do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute, and since the Alvarez represent one of the 4 great houses, the old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the head of the 4. Yep. Probably guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent! Oh boy, there's Laura. Well, she's still drunk. Instructor Sarah, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of farm is in considerable distance from here. No, don't you let me worry about that. You 4 are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. No. Ideals be with you? I didn't really see the other dialogue, but y'all probably saw it. Can't believe it. As though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn. Can't she read minds or something? I suggest we return to our room and rest for the night, in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. To the end we shall go. And weathercock. Weathercock. And weathercock. Return to the inn for dinner. We have nothing better to do, don't we? Oh, it is nice outside, though. How's action show us having dinner?
Ah, that was delicious.
Finally back to actual dubbed dialogue, so I don't have to keep reading.
Those were some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class VII's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
Nah, there's gonna be a special combat force to take out every single enemy on the planet.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with... It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thors in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple.
To get stronger and surpass our father in training.
I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or, rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the Academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
Do more.
I see.
Get out of the house.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
Interesting.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Rean? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist.
Romanticist.
You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. No problem at all. Have a good night. Good night.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Yeah, that's true.
Rean?
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering.
Oh boy.
Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fi for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest. I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the Eight-Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations.
What is that like? It's not a huff. I can't even tell what that is.
Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment. I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
Aw. That's kind of depressing. Oh, and they just heard all that.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
Oh boy.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Nope, that's totally what she's been doing. Totally what she's been doing.
Rean's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
He's right.
Yeah, I guess I have.
I do feel bad for poor Sarah, though. Is that the night?
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Oh. Alright.
I've got a little reward here for you.
Information? That's a perk? Okay. Well, we're in rank B6 now.
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday. Someday, she says. Sunday. Field study day 2. Alright. Let's get through this quick dialogue here. Here attached to the market manager left it with me. Thank you. Alright, let's see. What do we have to do? Sign tasks. Oh, just 2. That's not too bad. West killed a highway monster and lost the wallet. Merchant Lizzie. Oh, I think we saw Lizzie earlier. I found a wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Would someone be willing to find its owner for me? See me in my ceramic stall and I'll tell you more. Okay. A large first monster's been sighted in the west. Killed a highway. Be all happy if someone took it out. Monster is roared or location stone bridge leading to Highway Bridge. Okay. Just take it out. That's not too bad. Yeah, sure thing yesterday. Let's work through because he knew we were going back to Tristan today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. If you get those done quick enough, you can have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We appreciate your kindness. Alright. Shall we get started then? Yes, let's. Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. I want to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Rean, as I told you then, this is not that you must cut the terms with your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I meant. I meant to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. Okay, light of the sword. ... What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. To Master Ka-Fi to the school I follow and to the path of the sword itself. For those reasons I feel it was inappropriate for me to say what I said, so I'm sorry. I only manned up, I didn't expect it. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. Yourself? I can pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one of your background's social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you are yourself. I'll ask you a question, Rean. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. It's exactly the same way. Laura. Sigh. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? There was never a rift between us that I knew about. Instead, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. Sigh, you're both so simple-minded. I felt like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Oh, that's actually really funny. What, you did what now? Heh. It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Jeez, can we all just forget about this and move on? Haha. Looks like the ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margot, we've got trouble, big trouble. Oh no. Was that Lizzie? Oh, Luis. First thing in the morning. You're about poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. Sorry, I just got caught up in the way here. But never mind that. We have a big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. What did you say? What terrible thing has happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over the market were destroyed and all their merchandise was stolen. Oh, well, we have a third quest we have to do. A robbery? Oh my! I suppose that means the market might be open late. Which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for resolution. Luis, let's get this place ready. You got it. As you four, this is our problem, not yours. Just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us. You have a story about. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. Oh, so we can't do anything about that? Alright then. I guess it's for the best. What should we do? I have to admit, I am curious. It's not far away, might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Alright, so what I'm gonna do... Save. Alright, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like right now below if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.